Exposed. 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 You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm gonna expose you. Expose you. Oh my god, expose you.
Guys, I'm with my friends Stephanie Sue and Zach Choi, and I've never collabed with her until
and you
yesterday.
just pulled out like 5 of my hair.
No, your extensions of design.
So I'm gonna jump on here quick and do a voiceover for this part of the video, mainly because I think what happened is a serious situation, and I don't feel like text and music would really do this subject justice. If you guys have yet to watch Stephanie So's video on the situation, where she tells the story with her own words, I highly recommend watching that video first, as you can really tell how distressed the situation has made her. I'll link everything down below for you guys, so go check that out. So Stephanie starts off by talking about how she feels like she was manipulated by Nick. She lists some of the signs that she found on Google that explain how to know if you're being manipulated. These included, they turn your words against you in a negative way, gaslighting you to make you feel like you're crazy, and the events that happened were only a figment of your imagination, and also twisting the facts to work in their favor. Stephanie opens up about how she never really allows people to even come over to her house because she's had a really hard time trusting people after a really devastating situation that happened to her inside of her own house. After getting close with Nick this year, she finally felt comfortable enough to invite him over to her house to collab. Stephanie says Nick started pressing her to speak about the Veronica Wang drama that happened last year and her personal relationship with Veronica in their collab video. Stephanie opened up to Nick prior to this collab about her experience with Veronica. She told him about how Veronica decided to cancel a collab with her because she decided to dye her hair pink instead, and Stephanie had to run all around town getting hair dye for her. She was just venting to Nick because she felt like she was speaking to a friend that she could trust. Stephanie never considered this drama that she would need to speak about online because it just really wasn't that serious.
It's nothing I would share online because I know how the internet works. I'm not gonna go and share every little frustration or annoyance that I have with every person.
To Stephanie's surprise, the day they were about to film the group collab video with Zach, Nick, and herself, Nick said something along the lines of, "We're going to expose Veronica."
Nick said it very assertively, "We're gonna talk about Veronica and we're gonna spill all the tea."
When Stephanie explained that she didn't want to do that, Nick apparently got really upset with her because the day prior they both agreed they would quickly speak on the drama that happened with Shukbang, or else it would seem like they were simply avoiding the topic.
And so I felt like I was comfortable mentioning Shukbang, addressing it to the capacity of me and Nick. Yes, this is how we met, through a Shukbang video, but we have no ill will towards each other. It's all over, we're friends now, you know.
But that's all Stephanie wanted to address. She didn't want to expose Veronica and cause drama where there really wasn't any. Unfortunately, Stephanie explains that Nick didn't respect this because he put her on the spot during the collab video to talk about it multiple times. Stephanie explains that she grew increasingly more and more uncomfortable with the situation and was just telling herself to get through the next 2 days of collabs because she was afraid Nick would make a video to try and expose her if she did end up bailing on the collabs. Before their collab video ended for the day, Nick whispered to her asking if there was anything else she would like to say.
Did you want to share? Or do you change your mind now? You said you wanted to talk to your viewers with me here, because you never talked to any of your viewers. What would you like to say?
Thank you for watching us eat pizza.
The next day, Stephanie decided she didn't want to put herself through that again. After getting tons of missed calls from him, she decided to text the group chat and inform them that she wouldn't be able to make it. Her excuse for not texting him earlier was that she was in and out of sleep that morning. Here are the texts that happened between them. Nick responded to her initial text and said, "You just now realized? Stephanie, I've been sitting here for 5 hours. When you were going in and out of sleep, you should have picked up the phone and given me a call, not leave me hanging. You didn't like it when Veronica did that to you, so I'm sorry. I do not understand." Stephanie responded to that text and said, "I'm so sorry for making you feel that way. I sincerely apologize. I was just so drained and slightly out of it this morning, and I'm so upset I didn't call you back earlier because I would never want to make you feel like I don't respect your time." She then went on to explain to Nick that she truly felt uncomfortable with how yesterday's collab video went. She explains to him that she didn't want to speak about Veronica, and she felt like Nick just didn't respect that. Nick went on to question Stephanie, saying, "Then why did you tell me at your house that you wanted to address it on my channel?" While they went back and forth texting for a while, Nick actually uploaded 2 Instagram posts explaining he was about to expose someone. After Stephanie saw that he was threatening to expose audio clips, she freaked out because she never once consented to being recorded except for during their collab video. If he did record her, this would be illegal since California has a law that requires both parties to know they're actually being recorded. Stephanie goes on to explain that when she saw his Instagram post, she checked her cameras that she has running inside of her house 24/7, and she actually saw him taking pictures of the inside of her house while she was using the bathroom without her permission. Over the next few days, she noticed Nick was making fun of her on his Instagram with people in the community that she actually really loves and respects. As I said earlier, her excuse for not texting Nick sooner was that she was in and out of sleep. Nick then turned that into some kind of inside joke and posted it multiple times for everyone to see.
And one of the inside joke from that story was in and out of sleep. And you don't understand, but then I told a few other YouTubers, I tagged them on Instagram, as well as my friends, and they all know. I was like, they know the story.
Just been in and out of sleep, and I don't know what's going on, but you know, I got things to do. I got things to do.
Have you been in and out of sleep?
I'm in and out of sleep. Oh my gosh.
Just-
in and out of sleep right now. in and out, in and out, in and out.
The day after Stephanie released her video, Zach actually put out a statement since a lot of people were kind of disappointed in him for not saying anything to Nick in the moment. Zach explained that the situation actually happened a day prior to when he arrived to film their group collab, and that he has no way of verifying what was said between Nick and Stephanie. He says he wasn't informed on the situation until the collab video was over, and he's really upset to see his 2 good friends in the middle of what he calls drama.
I'm probably going to take dates to show that this is 100% fabricated and a total hit job. And I can prove it to you, so don't worry, don't freak out. This is the biggest blow I've ever had to me, but yeah, I do have a response, just wait for it. Don't believe everything you see or hear, because there's always 2 sides to a story, and you should know that by now.
My overall thoughts on this is like, as an outsider looking in, it's like, okay, she's like not a big deal. Nick is drama, and I get his annoyances, and I get his love for drama and his flair for drama, if you will. But I also, you know, and I also understand Stephanie's trauma because it sounds like she has a little PTSD.